Sharon Tucker, book editor. Section 1. Why We Age. Still Evolving, After All These Years, by John Hawkes. Humans are willful creatures. No other species on the planet has gained so much mastery over its own fate. We have neutralized countless threats that once killed us in the millions. We have learned to protect ourselves from the elements and predators in the wild. We have developed cures and treatments for many deadly diseases. We have transformed the small gardens of our agrarian ancestors into the vast fields of industrial agriculture. And we have dramatically increased our chances of bearing healthy children, despite all the usual difficulties. Many people argue that our technological advancement, our ability to defy and control nature, has made humans exempt from natural selection, and that human evolution has effectively ceased. There is no survival of the fittest, the argument goes, if just about everyone survives into old age. This notion is more than just a stray thought in the public consciousness. Professional scientists, such as Stephen Jones of University College London, and respected science communicators, such as David Attenborough, have also declared that human evolution is over. But it is not. We have evolved in our recent past, and we will continue to do so as long as we are around. If we take the more than 7 million years since humans split from our last common ancestor with chimpanzees and convert it to a 24-hour day, the past 30,000 years would take about a mere 6 minutes. Yet much has unfolded during this last chapter of our evolution. Vast migrations into new environments, dramatic changes in diet, and a more than 1,000-fold increase in global population. All those new people added many unique mutations to the total population. The result was a pulse of rapid natural selection. Human evolution is not stopping. If anything, it is accelerating. An anthropological legacy. Skeletons of ancient people have long suggested that humans evolved certain traits swiftly and recently. About 11,000 years ago, as people started to transition from hunting and gathering to farming and cooking, human anatomy changed. 10,000 years ago, for example, people's teeth averaged more than 10% larger in Europe, Asia, and North Africa than today. When our ancestors started to eat softer cooked foods that required less chewing, their teeth and jaws shrank, bit by bit, each generation. Although anthropologists have known about such traits for decades, only in the past dozen years has it become clear just how new they really are. Studies of human genomes have made the recent targets of selection highly visible to us. It turns out, for example, that descendants of farmers are much more likely to have a greater production of salivary amylase, a key enzyme that breaks down starches in food. Most people alive today have several copies of the gene that codes for amylase, AMY1. Modern hunter-gatherers, such as the Datuga in Tanzania, tend to have far fewer copies than people whose ancestors came from farming populations, whether they live in Africa, Asia, or the Americas. Getting a jump on starch processing at the point of entry seems to have been an advantage for ancient farmers wherever they adopted starchy grains. Another dietary adaptation is one of the best-studied examples of recent human evolution: lactose tolerance. Nearly everyone in the world is born with the ability to produce the enzyme lactase, which breaks down the milk sugar lactose and makes it easier to extract energy from milk, essential for the survival of a suckling child. Most people lose this ability by adulthood. At least 5 different times in our recent evolutionary past, as people started to discover dairy, a genetic mutation arose to lengthen the activity of the lactase gene. 3 of the mutations originated in different parts of sub-Saharan Africa, where there is a long history of cattle herding. Another one of the 5 genetic tweaks is common in Arabia and seems to have sprung up in ancient populations of camel and goat herders. The 5th and most common variant of the mutation that keeps the lactase gene turned on in adulthood is found today in human populations stretching from Ireland to India, with its highest frequency.